なんで右へ行ってんだよ。いや、だからなんでだよ。
いやー、きつ。
いやいやいや、回してない、回してない、回してない。
なんだろうな。あー、ライト。
さあ、なんだろう。
うん。
さっきまでさ、
はいはい。
死ぬほど自由に飛び回れるゲームをやった後に、これをやる精神状況よ。
まあ、悲しいものがある。まあ、そ
悲
もそ
しくないね。
も
悲しくないね。怒りしかない。怒り
拷
しかないんだよ。
問なので、今さっき配信を始めたので、宣伝したければツイッターにどうぞ。いや、ただ、
誰が見るんだよ、つぼおじ。
俺が見てんじゃねえ。
お前はディスコでシェアで一緒に苦痛を味わってる。
なんで苦痛を味わわなきゃいけないの。
だから
悲
普通
しいな。
に。あ
危ない。見る拷問。
犬の拷問ならやってる側は何になるんだよ。
遊ぶ拷問だよ。
いやー、本当に嫌だ、このゲーム。
なんでやってんだよ。
あっ
ああお、お、
もう嫌だ。
ああお、
ここ登るのはもうね、ここまで来るのは嫌だけど、今の部分登ることだけはね。
うん。
いやいや、前進めっつってんの。やめろやめろ。つっ
さあ、
やめたい。
頑張って。え
やめたい。
せめてここを突破しよ
いや、無理だよどうやっていくんだよ、これ。ああ、
う。それ
もう、引っかかん
は、
ねえし。
それはね、君がつぼうじと一体になったらわかることなんだよ。
うるさい。お前はもう、ベネット4D と同じことを言うのか。いや、も
つぼうじは大事なことを教えてくれる。いった持ち上げろ
う、はいいんだけど、この後どうすんだ。どうすんのこれ。やべ、クイックセーブして。
クイックセーブなどない。
当たってないんだよ、俺。当たってるだけなんだよな、あれ。もうちょっと上にやって。
さ、持ち上げろ。
いや、それ下行ってるんだ、これ。離したら落ちる、これ。
あ
あ
あああ、面白い。
あ
一つ分かったことがあってね。人の不幸は蜜の味っていうじゃん。
あ。
それだね。
でも人の不幸を目の前で見続けるのは、 お、じゃねえんだよ。あやめてくれ。よしよし。あ
おーい、落ちた。いったいったいったいったいった。うまい。
危ない危ない。
うまいうまい。今のはうまい。
危ないってやめて。やめ
純
て
粋にうまい。
しゃ
ああ、大丈夫だね、大丈夫大丈夫。ここは落ちてもまだここだから。
ー
いった。
ここだよ、本当に問題はよ。
お、ジャンプすんの？
試しに。うん。あ
あ
でも、いい感じ
あ、
だった。
ワンチャンあったな。
ち違うっ
あ
て。
ばばばば。何今の移動？
大シャリ。
あれだな。合図つけてあげようか？
いや、ディスコードだとずれるからそれやると無理。世の中万物の通話には遅延があるんだよ。
いや、ほら、俺がカウントするだけだから。
カウントする意味がわから
いや、勢いをつけるんだ。
ん。ない。
おああいったあ
あ
あ
うわああ
人生やめますか？
あ
人生やめますか？
うん
それともつぼうじやめますか？
掃除やめて。このゲーム300円の価値もあんのかよ。
あるね。
見てるからだろ。お前、300円払えよ。
ああ、人の不幸を見ながら吸うタバコはうまいぜ。
そう。このアングル、この。うくそ。やめろやめろ。あ
ああ
じゃないんだよな。あんまり行き過ぎるな。あんまり、そこを飛ばしすぎると反対側に行って死ぬからな。
死なないけどね。
精神的に。アングルが悪い、アングルが悪い。アングルが悪い。そう。
だああ
あ
ここで何分手詰まりになる？
まあ、今までで一番長くいることは間違いない。無理だろ、これ。どうやって登るんだよ。
だね。
あやめろやめろ。なんでだよ。落ちるときはスムーズなのに、登るときはもう絶対嫌がるやん。クソ物理演算が。
物理演算は 悪くない？
いやいや、なんでだよ。
寄せて登んないと。
ああ、疲れた。
いやー、楽しいな
もういいんじゃないかな。このゲームは、もういいんじゃないかな。
お蔵入り。
ジャスコやろうよ。
いや、そこできねえんで。
うーん。
お
あ、
あ
あ、違う。
違う違う違う違う違う。
あ、
危ない。ちょっ
話せよ、その今よ。やめろ。
右回ししちゃまずい。
右回せないんで、もう引っかかってんだよ、これ。よし。もでよアニメで一枚だけ色が違う岩があったら落ちてくる岩って、もう古来から言われてるだろ。
カートゥーンの頃からある。
ポケモンが、いつもそんな感じだったの。落とし穴があったら絶対すぐ分かったの。
あ
動くアニメーションセルは色が違う。
いいんじゃない角度的にも。引っかかった。人生思いっきりが大事。
ジャンプしたい。
人生思いっきりが大事。
思い切りって言ってもこれ思いっきり上に回すとこれ下に引っ張られちゃうんだよ。やめろ。
右回しをしてみては。そう。あ
あ、
寄せては返す。
あ、
波のように寄せては返す。
いや、なんでじりじり壁の方に行くんだ。俺はジャンプがしてんだ。そっち行け、そっち。右行け。
上げて、
あ
最高到達してんだって。おああ。うまい。おおいや
うーん。
ー、おい、ダウンする。三浦半島の牛になった。すごい遠くからうめき声が聞こえてる。ああ、面白い。
あ
配信ポージ中。あれ人生やめちゃう？
ああだと、
人生やめる？
何がだ
つぼうじをクリアして、あ、ウィンドウが閉じた。これは
あ
悲しいな。じゃあ、ちょっと面白いゲームがあるんで、
インストールだ。
インストール。面白かったな。ちょっと面白いゲームがあるので画面共有しましょ
ああ。
う。
あー、疲れた
大変でしたね。
二度とやんねえ、マジで。ジャスコやる
ちょっと面白いゲームがあるんで。
あ
ちょっと。
あ
ちょっと待ってね。一周10分くらいなんで、サクッと終わるんで。
スタンリー、
パラブル。
パラブル
はい。じゃあ、
うん
始めます。音流れてる。
うん。This end is the end is never the end is never the end is never the end is loading never.
そう、ネバーで。元はハーフライフのモッドですね。だったのが単独のゲームになった。
ほど長えな。
なんか引っかかった、始まってる。戦闘はない。ただ歩くだけなんだけど。まあ。
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company
あ、知ってるこれ。
where he was employee
知ってる。
number 427.
最初ナレーションに言われた通りにやるかやんないかみたいなやつでしょ。
あ、知ってんの？
He sat
じゃ
at his
あ、あ
desk
れ
in
か。
room 427.
俺これクリアまで見たことある。
全部。
Orders came to
全
him
部。
through a monitor on his desk.
宇宙エンド。
What buttons to push.
見たのだいぶ前だからなんかいろいろ変なエンディングがあったの覚え
This
て
is
る。
what employee 427 did
なんか基地
every
が
day
爆発したりと
every
か。
month.
宇宙ロケットの発射台とか。
なんかいろいろあった気がするけど。
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
早速グリッチしてるけど。
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
そうな
He
んだ。
then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
このギャグにうんざりした？
え？知らんよ。
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the
まあこれはまあエンディングのある
Wait,
一つ。
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
ランダム引いてしまった今。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
これホワイトボー
All
ド
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
はい。
Stanley
は？
ランダム乱数今の。
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
そう、今のセリフもランダム。
when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
しばらくいると切れるやつじゃなかったっけ？
There was nothing here.
Ah.
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping in.
これ知ってる？
なんかあったような気がすんな。
まあ、これはね、緊急脱出装置エンディングっていうんだけど。なんだろうね。こういうメタフィクションが好きなんだろうなって思った自分。
実際動画シリーズは俺結構楽しんで見てた記憶がある。誰が実況してたんだったっけな。
音じゃとか。
いやー、誰だったっけな。
ここのドアが開いてるんだ。
うん。You are now leaving.
Escape Bay, floor next 760. 誰が実況してたんだよ。まあでも俺が知ってるのは音じゃぐらいかな。これやってから見たんだけど。
なんだっけな。なんてゲームだっけこれ。
スタンリー・パラ
グ。ん？
スタンリー・パラグ。
スタンリーパラ
ブル。
パラブル？
そうそうそう。元はハーフライフの元。
ニコニコだったと思ったけど。
やってた人いたのか？
いたと思った。
エスケープポッド、ローンチペイ。スクープ。
あれか、YouTuber の、あれか、海外 YouTuber の実況に字幕つけたやつだ。
ああ、そういうこと？
マーキプライヤー。
あれ？こっちでやってる。で、まあ、ここの装置は、実は、ナレーターが一緒にいないと動かないっていう設定で、ここの脱出装置。一人では動けないっていう。終わり。あ、またホワイトボ
All
ー
of
ド。
his co-workers
ちゃんとやると結構長くなかったっけ？
All of his
そ
co-workers
こ
were
そこ長い。
What could it mean?
で、だんだん
Stanley
こういう
decided
画
to
面
go
と
to
か
the
もバ
meeting
グっていう
room.
か。
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard
これもランダム
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
全部の画面に The End is Never って。ただ、今まで手順踏んできたから、ここのボタンを押せる。
もう一個押すとなんかあるの？
で、そのもう一個のボタンはどこにいるかっていう話になるんだけれど、
自分のロゴ？
そういうこ
で
スタンリーはボタンを押すのが好きなんだねっていう話になって、
ボタンが押せるってだけ。
そう。終わり。
一応エンディングなの。
これも一応一つのエンディングだね。
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again
上司の
in
部屋
his
でさ、
life.
キーパッドがあるのわかる？番号を押してドア開ける。
あー、なんかエレベーターが開くや
Came
つ
to
だ
a
っけ。
set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
あれ、何回も繰り返すとね、ちょっとパターンが変わってくる。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
何番だ？ここどこね。
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
何番だっけ？
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
これはどうでもいいとして。このパターン繰り返してると、
All of his co-workers
勝
were
手にもう
gone.
ナレーターがドア開け始めたりする。
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
あれ？もしもし。
何？
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
あれ、今入ってなかったもしかして。
ん？繰り返すと変わるってやつじゃないの？
そうそうそうそうそう。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
っていうのがあるんだけど、これスピードランに必須なの。スピードランのトロフィーがあって、それやるには必須。
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
たまに。
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
もうバカでもわかるっていう。
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
このエンディン
And
グ
in
知っ
the
て
end,
る
it was
ここ
all
まで
for
来てるの知って
nothing.
る
Because this is
Mm.
what you wanted to
Circle.
see.
まあ、でも
Here,
覚えてないも
Stanley,
ん。
help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of
4
yours.
時間やる
What
ゲーム
would
があ
have
るんだ
made
けど
this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't
4
mind
時間
taking a
遊
look
ぶ
at
ゲ
it,
ー
would
ムが出
you?
てくるんだけど
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
4時間。
4時間
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire,
ちなみにこのゲームを
it's a
プ
very
レイして
meaningful
4 時間
game,
プレイ
all
する
about the
と
desperation and
それと
tedium
別
of
エンディング
endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
これを4時間やってる
めちゃくちゃうるせえじ
しかも伝達しようとしてるとそれを見抜いて逆にダメになる
ゃん。へえ。
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. Yeah, no ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
ゲームエンドです
Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining. Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
で、出てくるのが、
マイクロのバージョンが古いのが面白い。
そうね。
懐かしいって思ったわ、今。
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is. Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these.
これがエンディング。終わり。
あ、これ終わりな
そう。
の？今のとこも名前いいんだ。
そう。
あれボタンを押したらまたボタンの天国に連れてかれるのか。
He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
誰かいるって言ってたのは何今？
いや、あれはランダムのセリフ。
あ、そう。なんでレジュームしたの？
いや、白紙、乱数引けないなって思って。まずそのタイムアタックやるにあたっての乱数でもう一つ条件。タイムアタックはしない。
そんな、なんかあんの？
あるんだな、このゲーム。
そんなパッと見でわかんの？
パッと見でわかる。これ。
暗い。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
タイ
he
ムアタック
entered
や
the
るのにあ
door
た
on
っての
his
必
left.
須。もう通路がもうここしかない。
あ
それだけ。どうしようかな。
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
でもこれだよ。
Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
これのグッドエンディングって見たことある？
Stanley
あると思うけど覚えてねえ
followed
な。
directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
スタンリーから魂が抜け
Look,
てゲーム
Stanley,
プレ
I
イヤー
think
が
perhaps
完
we've
全に
gotten
独
off on
立
the
する。
wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
What
I'm
can I
not.
know?
I realize that investing
俺もね、
your trust
ルート
in
をちょっと
someone else can be
覚えてないんだよ。
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to
グッ
make
ドエン
every
ディン
decision
グは
by
ナ
yourself.
レーターに従うじゃ
Not
ない。
asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly...
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that...
これはこれでバッドエンドだから。
あ、そうなの？
間違えた。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
見たことあるのか。
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not
も
the
う
correct way to the
3
meeting
年以上前だから
room.
あんまり覚えてないけどね。
Well, perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
まあ、やってる人からしたらそんなの分かる
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
見せられます。
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
もうプールさ。
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
やって
Most
みてね
medical
って。
professionals recommend making
あ、じゃあ
at
字
least
幕が
8
復活
choices
した。
per
あ、
day.
本当だ。
Do you make more than 8? Less?
本当だ。
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
結合してますけど。
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
いや、知らんけど。
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story! You've destroyed my work! Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
で、まあ、リスタートがかかるわけだが、
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
開かなくなって。
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
で、ゲームプレイヤーが切れて、
When Stanley came to a
Game
set
から
of
離
two
脱
open
した。
doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
クリア。
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
グッドエンド。
なんか見たような記憶がなくもない。
ああ、そう。割となんか、
いや、エンディングなんかやっぱいっぱいあるじゃん。
うん。
だから、一時期ね、エンディングを見漁った記憶はあるっちゃある。
ある。
うん。多分やっぱだいぶ前だよ。この動画がニコ動にアップされた時ぐらいに見てたから、よく見たら2014年だからめちゃくちゃ前だな。
ああ、そんな前。
だから、見てたのは間違いないけど、もうほとんど覚えてないよ。見たら、あったねってなるけど。
はいはいはいはいはい。
前すぎてな。
まあまあまあ。好きなんだけど、誰も知らないっていうあれだな。はい。まあ、それだけだったんだが。
ああ。何
地球防衛軍でもやる？もう時間がある。もう11時。
いやもう、そう。そろそろ日が変わるんですよ。
いやー。あれですね。ジャスコ。
が何？
やりたかったけど。
ああ、そうね。
まあまあまあ。